Hey there, Cheryl here. I'm a mental toughness coach, published author, speaker, and CEO and founder of the Zone Lab, and all around Peyton Babby, really big fan. And I want to commend her and all of you for all of the hard work that you have been putting into the CASA project, and especially your upcoming CASA Carnival. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about influence and persuasion mastery. I'm going to keep it pretty short. This is a pretty involved topic. It is based on the science that professional negotiators use. You can do it in your, utilize it for your fundraising efforts tomorrow, but it's also going to come in handy for interviews, for internships or jobs, or any type of crucial conversations that you're going to have. So I'm just going to go over the three main, most basic points of influence. And that way, influence is not about talking people into something that they don't want to do. What it is, it's about helping people to understand your point of view without you telling them or convincing them. So I hope that makes sense. The first component of influence is to acknowledge and validate. It's really a human drive that people need to be acknowledged and validated. So in this case, for parents and friends that are going to be at the CASA Carnival, it's really important that you acknowledge that and have some gratitude for them showing up and taking time out of their busy schedule and maybe traveling, because I know Peyton's parents are traveling to come. So that acknowledging and showing some gratitude is really important. And the second thing is, for influence, is to role model the way. So it's very important that you explain what CASA means to you, and the more detailed, the better. So in other words, if you have some examples of some interactions with the kids or how past monies have helped them, the more detailed and the better it can be. And also put some of your heart into what CASA actually means to you. And the more that you can convey that in a very vivid and visceral way, the better. And the third part of influence has to do with challenging. You know, you can challenge down, meaning to someone that's younger than you. You can challenge a peer, but in this case, you're going to be challenging up, probably going to be parents and other people there that are older than you. And so it's a little bit of a fine dance, but if you can get this down right, it can be incredibly powerful. Now, before I explain that though, when it comes to your ask, I would be very explicit. So in other words, after you challenge them, and again, I'll go back and teach you how to do that, but you want to be explicit on what you're asking for. So there's a big difference between, do you want to donate? And well, there's three levels that people are donating at tonight. It's, you know, $25, it's $100, and $500 and over. I mean, I'm just throwing those numbers out there. I have no idea what you guys have talked about. You can come up with those numbers, of course, but I would be very explicit on what you're asking for, because a lot of times when there's any type of vagueness or confusion, or it's left open-ended, then you're leaving their choice to chance, and you're leaving it to random. And whenever there's confusion or it's random, then the results cannot be where you want them. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to talk to you a little bit how to challenge people. So there's a big difference between telling someone something and challenging them to understand your point of view. So up to this point, you've acknowledged and validated. In other words, thank them for being there and shown them some gratitude and appreciation. You've role modeled the way by talking to them about what CASA means to you and how it's been impactful, and maybe even tie in some stories of the kids if you can. And then when you challenge, really what challenge has to do with is a little bit challenging their integrity, because if they're there, they're supporting you, right? And they either care about you, they care about CASA, or they care about both. So one way, an example to challenge might be, you know, based on, you know, you just being here and you supporting your daughter or supporting CASA or supporting Theta, it seems like you are amazingly compassionate. So I'm sure you can understand the necessity of us having 100% participation in this giving tonight, right? And so I'm not saying it's going to be exactly like that, but what you're going to do is pull in something that you know that they care about and that you know that their character is based on, and then challenging them to understand the importance of what you guys want out of the result that you want out of the Casa Carnival. So I hope that that makes sense. Just to recap, acknowledge and validate, thank them for coming, role model the way as detailed as you can what Casa means to you, and bring in some specific examples and stories for you and or with the kids, and then challenge them by acknowledging how much they care and how much you're sure that they understand your mission, and then challenge them to participate by asking them a question. So I hope that that makes sense. Peyton can reach out to me if you guys have any questions. Good luck tomorrow, and I hope it's amazing. And sending lots of love from Oregon. I am a Theta from the Alpha Xi chapter at the University of Oregon, so sharing a little Theta love too. Theta's been involved in CASA for a really long time, and I hope you have an amazing, successful event. Good luck. Best of luck. Bye.